Hello, and welcome to TERAIN. This is Understanding Our Environmental Risk Indexes, a guide to help you understand how each index is generated and how they should be interpreted. TERAIN is a smart dashboard that allows you to research and compare the environmental impact that the industrial activity of a facility, company, or region causes, as well as the derived environmental risks. Our environmental risk indexes reflect current and historical generation of environmental impacts based on three different scales: facility, company, and region. This helps to predict future environmental impacts as well. To do so, we use robust algorithms in order to transform objective information about environmental impacts into useful indexes to help executives, investors, government agencies, activists, and other stakeholders in their informed decision making process. Our data comes from pollutant release and transfer registers, also known as PRTR. PRTRs are mandatory registers available to the public containing information about the pollutants and chemicals generated by facilities in the most polluting industries all around the world. But how do our indexes work? Our indexes are the representation of the data that derives from the queries that you can conduct at our platform. These queries are based on three main aspects. One, whether you are interested in the data at the scale of a facility, a company, or a whole region. Two, which out of the nine environmental impact scores you want to be reflected in the indexes. And three, the type of comparison that you want to conduct, be it activity performance, improvement, and volatility. Of course, the resulting indexes change depending on any of these variables, and sometimes they might not even appear since they depend on the availability of the data. This means that even though they all have the same basic functioning, the name of the indexes changes whether you are searching by facility, company, or by region. With that said, let's see what kind of indexes produces each comparison type. At first, we've got the activity comparison ranking, which retrieves two indexes: the environmental impact ranking total and the environmental impact ranking activity benchmarking average. They both are numbers that range from 0 to 100. The first one, the environmental impact ranking total, compares the object of study with all its peers in our database. The second one does this comparison not among peers but with the industry average. Now, for the time comparison improvements setting, there are three indexes that we can retrieve in all the search categories. The first one is environmental impact improvement. The second one, the activity environmental impact improvement. The third one is the benchmarking environmental impact improvement. These three indexes produce percentages that can be both negative or positive numbers, comparing the score of the year in question with the score of the 3 years before that. The first one reflects only the evolution of the object of study. The second one takes into account the industry average evolution, and the third one is simply the subtraction of these two. There is an additional index that only appears when searching by company: the Company Environmental Impact Improvement Activity Benchmarking Average. This index takes into account the evolution of a company when compared to its competitors in the same way that the other three did. Finally, we've got the predictive comparison setting, which produces only one index: the predictability of environmental impact. This index is a relative difference between two values: the company's actual environmental impact score and the expected environmental impact score for that same year. Thank you for your attention. We hope that this was a helpful video. TERAIN is a research initiative funded by the Spanish State Agency of Research, the Next Generation EU Fund, and the Recovery, Transformation and Resilience Plan.